Rainer, thank you so much. Appreciate having Rainer with us on Breakfast with Bob. My name is Bob Babbitt. This is Triathlete.com, and we are at Challenge Roth, the 2012 Challenge Roth champion and 2013 runner-up, Mr. James Cunnama. God.
Get it eventually.
Eventually. So, James, when I look at the splits from yesterday, I mean, you had a great race. I know you looked a little down afterwards. I know you wanted to win it.
Yeah, I wanted to win it, you know.
Always great to defend.
Second place is the first loser or something like that.
Who says that? Come on.
No, I have to be happy with my race, you know. Coming in as defending champion, you either win again or you feel like you've lost.
Yes.
So there was a bit of disappointment, but to be honest, I did have a decent day. You know, I finished as best I could, gave everything I had. I didn't leave anything out there, so based on that, I have to be happy with second.
Well, at 2:49, nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I would have been happy to run a bit faster. I didn't feel great on the run. You know, I didn't have a dream day.
Right.
I had a good day. I had a solid day.
Yes.
I put it all out there. I didn't leave anything out there. You know, I did the best I could.
Right.
I would have been happy with a faster run, but looking at Dirk Bockel's splits,
it
a
didn't
faster
really
run
matter.
wouldn't have made a difference
No.
anyway. You know, I could run a 2:40 like I did last year,
You
and
would
I
have
would
been
still
3
been
minutes
3
back.
minutes back. So
Yes.
maybe, you know, everything I did was as much as I could on the day, and Dirk was going to win anyway.
Yeah.
So
The cool thing is I think it probably helps you look at it and go, you know what, those days like last year, those days where everything is phenomenal, when I run 240 off the bike, those are, you want to treasure those because you never know when they're going to happen.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, last year was a phenomenal day. They are rare. You know, I haven't been doing this sport for that long, not as long as Dirk
Yes.
Bockel's been doing it or even Timo Rock's
Right.
been doing it.
You're a young guy.
Yeah, only just turned 30, so just got into the dirty 30s.
You got like 15 more years of this.
Yeah, exactly. maybe 10. But you know, Dirk's been doing this for 24 years, and he finally had his dream day yesterday.
Yes.
So, you know, I had my dream day already last year at the tender age of 29.
Right.
So
Your first dream day.
My first dream day.
Yes.
Hopefully there are many more of those to come, but you have to understand that they're rare, and obviously I appreciate that even more now, having come back here and raced again and failed to defend, and you know, seen how special last year was, and seen how special this year was for Dirk. You know, it's an incredible feeling winning this race, and winning any major race. Going sub 8 is nothing.
No,
to, you
not
know,
many people have done it.
Well, exactly, and you know,
And
it's
you went-
put it in perspective for me.
Last year you went 7:59:59.
Yeah, I didn't
So-
waste any time.
We call that 7 and change, right? You know,
Hey, sub 8's a sub 8.
sub 8 is sub 8. Nobody has, as long as there's a 7 in front of it.
Exactly.
So next goal, you'll be going to Kona, and this will be your second time there, correct? Your first time was 09?
Yeah, my first time was 09. It was my first year as a pro. I mean, I'd done a few pro races before that for a couple of years, but it was my first year as a full-time pro. I quit my job and was full-time.
And what was your job?
I was coaching, running the Triathlon Institute in South Africa.
Yeah.
And I eventually said, if I'm going to do this, I got to do it properly.
Right.
Quit my job and joined Team TVB and Brett Sutton. And 6 months later, got second at Ironman Austria, got my slot for Kona, and thought, let's go give it a bash.
Yes.
Went there, in hindsight, very underprepared.
Yes.
At the time, thinking I was just slightly underprepared. And I got
You got bashed.
yeah.
The course bashed
It got
you.
handed to me.
Yeah.
You know, and at the time, it was really good for me. It opened my eyes. It made me see what was required. You know, maybe I was living in a bit of a dream world at that time, thinking I could just breeze in there, do a little bit of work, and
Yeah.
I'd start beating people. I got beaten by the girls, so
Exactly. Well,
So
that course
it was-
can beat you up pretty badly.
exactly, and it was good for me. It gave me a lot of perspective, and it sent me home to the drawing board with a lot of motivation and a lot of focus. And I promised myself at the time that I wouldn't go back until I was ready. I didn't think it would take this long to go back
A
at the
couple
time.
years.
I was thinking a couple of years at the time, but injuries happen. You know,
Right.
things happen. I've had a couple of injuries. I had a a little operation on my knee. I've been a bit up and down, and I've just not quite been at the point where I could A, qualify, and B, be ready for the race in October. Until now. So now we've got 3 more months. I'm in pretty good shape, as I showed yesterday.
Yes.
So 3 more months of hard work, and hopefully we can do a bit better than 2009.
Well, the fact that you've run a 240 is that and you obviously heat is not a big problem for you. That course suits you well. I mean,
Yeah.
now looking at your skill set today compared to 2009.
Absolutely. That's obviously what I've been working towards, the skill set that's required for Kona.
Right.
There's some things you can train, there's some things you can work on. Heat acclimatization is something that some people have or don't have. You can work on it to a certain degree, but guys born and raised in Europe are always going to struggle in that kind of heat. And born and raised in Africa, I might have a bit of an advantage there.
Do you think? Yeah.
I've worked really hard on the swim to get my swim up to a level where a non-wetsuit sea swim, I can get out with the main players and not be too far back. I'm working hard on my bike to be able to play the game where it's needed to be played. And then, the 240 run, if we can do that in a hot and humid environment, then it's
You're the
game
player.
on.
It's game on, absolutely. And between now and then, will you go to Kona and do a camp, or you'll be in the Philippines or Taiwan, or where do you guys go next?
Back to Switzerland for a little while
Okay.
and do a few training races, but then closer to Kona, we'll head over to Cozumel in Mexico. One of our team sponsors, we've got a good social development program that we're building over there.
Right.
And it's a hot, humid island where we can do some real good preparation for Kona. We've got the heat, we've got the humidity, we've got the wind, and we've got great roads that we can ride round and round and get the time trial miles in the last few weeks before Kona.
So last year you're winning the race, and obviously the crowds love a winner.
Yeah.
This time you were in third off the bike. You ran your way into second. Were the crowds any different?
To be honest, no. That was one of the biggest surprises when I came across the line. I was, last year you're winning, and like you say,
they're gonna cheer for you.
They love the winner. Everyone goes mad. You're the first person they've seen come through their area, and they've been waiting for however many hours.
They've been drinking for 7
however
hours.
many German beers, and they get really excited when you come past. And I thought, this is the winner's prize. He gets to experience this amazing atmosphere. But to be honest, even being 11 minutes down on the winner, I was still had almost exactly the same atmosphere. It was incredible. The crowds out there on the bike, the Solaraberg Hill was more intense than it's been in the last 4 years I've been here. It was absolutely incredible. And then on the run, every little town you went through, every little beer garden was just phenomenal noise. Belinda Granger said before, she said in the last 2 kilometers you come through Roth and you can't help but smile.
Yes.
And I thought, man, I'm not
smiling.
sure I can smile in the last 2 kilometers of a race this long.
Especially if I'm not winning.
Yeah, exactly. But I came into there and I couldn't help but smile. It was the atmosphere, the guys cheering was absolutely incredible. And then finishing in the amazing stadium with thousands, literally thousands of people cheering you into the finish line it's an awesome experience.
Way to go, man. Congrats on your race. It's always tough not to defend when that's your goal. But you got to look at the way you race and go, hey, 8:04. There's not that many people going 8:04.
No, indeed. I'm happy with it. We'll be back in future. Hopefully do another sub-8 or a few more sub-8s. But for now, I'm happy.
Love it. This is Breakfast with Bob. My name is Bob Babbitt. We are on triathlete.com. Rainer, take us out. That was Rainer. This is Breakfast with Bob. Hold on. We'll be right back.